Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Raw review for the 15th of February 2021. Um, Monday Night Snore. WWE stopped caring long ago. Why shoot anybody else? Anyway, announcements on the show. There are valuable things. Miz TV guest Drew McIntyre opens the show. Miz wearing a suit and comes out without Morrison. Miz and Morrison. Um, I guess we're along with the producer making a Bad Bunny diss track. All you have to do to diss Bad Bunny is listen to his junk. Anyway, um, Miz refers to Drew as Andy, don't know why. Asked him if he thought he was happy with the road to WrestleMania. Passes through. Sunday, Miz keeps interrupting prior to McIntyre being able to speak. McIntyre should have just kicked his head off and been done with this segment. Miz goes on about Sheamus turning his back on McIntyre. Miz keeps going on for way too long with this whole shtick. Anyway, McIntyre cuts him off, yells at him to shut up, finally. Miz tries to apologize. McIntyre doesn't want to hear it. Um, McIntyre finally does headbutt Miz and throws the briefcase towards the stage. Then he leaves. Miz gets up and claims that pressure's getting in McIntyre. Miz continues to talk about he how he thinks at a different level than most people. Miz announces he's removing himself from the chamber match. And then a six-man tag match. Riz, yeah, sure, Riz. Riddle and Lucha House Party defeats MVP Cedric Alexander Sheldon Benjamin just after 10 minutes. I don't know why they're putting Riddle with afterthoughts like Lucha House Party. I'm all for Riddle getting more TV time. If you have to put him in a tag, I guess that's fine, but Lucha House Party is so 2015. I don't get it. Anyway, before the match, Riddle speaks to Lucha House Party about President's Day and says his favorite president is Harrison Ford. Somehow that ha ha ha. Anyhow, um, they go to a break after Dorado and Malik tried dives, but Benjamin and Alexander knock them out. Riddle gets knocked off the apron. They beat up Malik until he gives Benjamin a DDT. Hot tag to Riddle. Riddle goes nuts. Hits a suplex, senton, and some kicks. MVP gets blind tagged in. Nails Riddle. MVP starts limping. Don't know if the injury's legit or whatever. Hopefully not, because MVP is one of the bright spots of this otherwise abysmal program. And anyway, so moves. Dorado takes out Benjamin with a dive. Riddle hits MVP with a knee strike and a floating bro, gets a pinfall win. Bobby Lashley, wearing a suit, attacks Riddle for what seems like the 487th time. He takes out Lucha House Party without a problem. So, one Bobby Lashley is better than three baby faces. This is the math that we are taught. Lashley puts Riddle down with a hurt lock. Anyway, Miz complains to Adam Pearce about the briefcase being dented. He thanks Pearce for the opportunity to be in the chamber, but says he wants to give back to young up-and-comer. Wouldn't that actually mean that Miz might try to win at the chamber? Pearce said he'd think about it, and then Pearce obviously doesn't agree with any of this. Mandy Rose speaks with Bad Bunny. Poor Mandy Rose. She wore one of his t-shirts, and I should get one for Dana Brooke. Wishes him luck on Saturday Night Live. Wow, Saturday Night Live has fallen really far when they need to have a third-rate wannabe gangster on the program. But anyway, Priest shows up and is impressed with Bad Bunny. Don't know why. Sarah tries to interview them, but gets interrupted by Tozawa, pinning R-Truth to win the 24/7 championship. Isn't this gimmick over yet? Anyway, Priest decks Tozawa and tells Bad Bunny to cover him. Bad Bunny is your new 24/7 champion. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods approach Pierce. Kingston hoped Pierce wasn't taking Miz's suggestion seriously and reminded him that he's a former champion and wants the spot. Miz appears again to tell them that it would be Morrison. New Day said Morrison wasn't even a former world champion. Miz reminded him that he's a former ECW champion. Do we really want to bring back thoughts of WWECW? Anyway, they yell at each other for a while. Pierce stops them. Pierce makes a match between Kingston and Miz. If Miz wins, Morrison gets the spot. If Kingston wins, Kingston gets the spot. Mustafa Ali and Kingston for the final spot could have been a better option. Actually, two up-and-coming talents would have even been a better option. WWE congratulates themselves for meeting the goal of 10 million followers on TikTok. Does anybody that's over the age of 22 care what TikTok is? Probably not. Anyway, there's an Elimination Chamber video package. Raw Women's Champion Asuka and Charlotte Flair defeat Peyton Royce and Lacey Evans with Ric Flair. Evans cut a horrible promo before the match. She thanks Charlotte for getting herself disqualified last week, and so she can get the title shot. She has a candy heart and a gift for Charlotte, and it says "Bite Me" on it. Evans told Asuka she'd win the title on Sunday. And there's a Black History Month video to start the second hour. Big E, Titus O'Neil, and Sasha Banks are acknowledged throughout the video. Match begins after the break. Royce starts the match. Evans didn't want to get into the match. She managed to take control. Asuka gets in after a couple kicks to the head. Asuka fights back, and they collide with clothesline attempts. Charlotte tags in. Evans ignores Royce's leg. Charlotte throws Royce around. Royce forces a tag to Evans. Evans backs off, backs up on the ramp. Charlotte wants to go after her, but the ref stops her. Evans grabs the mic and announces that she's pregnant. Ric Flair celebrated and says, "Call me daddy." They play the music. Rick dances around. Charlotte's stunned. There's conjecture as to whether or not this is a real-life pregnancy for Lacey Evans. If so, and this is not going to make me popular, but I really don't care. I'm not going for a cancel culture, but at the same time, gotta say this. If you are a female talent who is working within the organization and you need to be physically involved in order to keep your job, I don't understand getting pregnant while you're under contract. While it is your free will right, unless it's an accidental pregnancy, which does happen from time to time, I don't understand taking that risk. Now, that doesn't mean stay abstinent, but birth control might need to become more of a focus. Or is there a clause written into contracts where during the time you're pregnant and can't perform, the time is added on to the end of your contract? If not, then companies, no matter if it's WWE, AEW, or anyone else, are taking a risk by hiring women who are of the age to get pregnant. Anyway, so match is kind of thrown out. Caruso interviews Sheamus. He plans on winning the gauntlet match tonight. Gauntlet matches are usually a bad idea. I don't think this is any different. Anyway, he wants to go in the chamber on Sunday. He didn't even care if McIntyre gets eliminated before he got in the ring. End result is that Sheamus thinks he's going to become champion again either way. Anyway, Kofi Kingston defeats The Miz. They give this 14 plus minutes. That's a really bad idea. Kingston goes after the Miz. Miz catches him in the ropes, hits a neckbreaker on the apron, and another one on the outside of the ring. Miz is in control through commercials. Kingston blocks it and cradles him for a near fall. Miz comes right back, DDT for near fall of his own. Miz drops Kingston over the barricade and hits a double axe handle over the top for near fall. And Kingston misses a corner splash. Miz follows up with a boot. And then Kingston comes back with a double foot stomp, hits the boom drop in the SOS. Kingston gets his leg caught in the ropes. Miz applies a figure four. They finally cut the break. Kingston hits Trouble in Paradise for a pinfall win. Kingston is now in the chamber. And Kingston, I mean, he does look good in the match. Glad to see him back and all that stuff. I don't think they would repeat the fact of him going to Mania or anything like that, or getting a shot at either one of the champions. But at the same time, Kingston, one of the few guys they haven't completely killed off. Kingston responds, and basically they air a replay of Lana beating Nia Jax, as I gotta get my phone. But in any event, Nia Jax gets beaten up pretty severely here, and ultimately it doesn't go well for her. In any event, I mean, the Lana thing is kind of re-shown. The Nia Jax deal is kind of hyped as sort of a big thing. And Lana and Naomi get interviewed. Lana said she's going to give it her best effort every week and had Naomi to support her. Poor Naomi, why are you dropping her that far? Jax got what she deserved, according to Naomi, and they make a whole related joke. They play bits of Bad Bunny's upcoming Saturday Night Live promo here. Another Elimination Chamber package that just is here to fill time airs, and that is that. Randy Orton cuts promo backstage. He plans on winning the gauntlet and doing what it takes to get what's his, meaning the championship. He proves he's willing to do anything and wants to headline WrestleMania. And then he's interrupted by Alexa Bliss. She said he wanted to be reborn. She giggles like a child. They plug Young Rock airing on NBC tomorrow. And apparently the show is available next day on Peacock as well. Shayna Baszler with Nia Jax defeats Lana with Naomi at just over 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Baszler works over Lana. Lana pushes her off the turnbuckle, hits a flying crossbody for near fall. Jax attacks Naomi outside the ring. Naomi shoves her into the post. Baszler basically is dominant. Lana tries to roll her up. Baszler kicks out. Baszler hits a knee strike, applies a coquina clutch for a submission, and they go to the back. Immediately when this is over, Braun Strowman confronts Pierce. He says he wants to know why he wasn't in the chamber match. Pierce tries to leave. Strowman wouldn't let him. Pierce explained that the match only includes former champions. Strowman said that he was a former Universal Champion. Pierce says it wasn't technically WWE Champion. And that's just a double standard. Anyway, we go into the third hour. AJ Styles cuts a promo before the gauntlet match. He calls Kingston a warm-up, and then Joseph Park helped him and Omos run numbers to determine, statistically speaking, he can't lose a chamber match. And they basically wasted the whole third hour with this stuff. So AJ Styles and defeats Kofi Kingston with Xavier Woods in just over 11 minutes. Kingston uses trust fall dive at a point in this. Woods plays trombone on the announce table, almost grabs him and lifts him with one arm, choke slams him over the barricade. Kingston confronts Omos, and ref tosses Omos out for trouble. Kingston checks on Woods. Styles chop blocks him and goes. We go to the break. Kingston comes up with a few comebacks, but Styles routinely cuts him off. And then we see a phenomenal forearm for pinfall victory. Drew McIntyre defeats AJ Styles at 18-12. McIntyre overpowers Styles for the majority of the contest. Big boot on the apron. But McIntyre actually misses it. But Styles sells it anyway. McIntyre is in control post the break. McIntyre hits a Michinoku driver and hits a reverse Alabama slam. Styles hits a drop kick, and McIntyre outside the ring. Penalty kick and a forearm off the apron, which leads to another break. McIntyre comes back with clothesline. Overhead suplex neckbreaker, but Styles catches him with an enziguri and comes off top rope. Styles manages to apply a calf crusher. McIntyre headbutts him to escape. Styles misses a forearm. And McIntyre follows up with a Claymore kick, pinfall. And obviously, Styles and McIntyre were good with each other. Not a big surprise there. Another 12 minutes of this, and McIntyre defeats Jeff Hardy. Hardy goes right after him, hits the Whisper in the Wind for near fall. Hardy hits a clothesline off the apron. Go to the break. Hardy in control throughout the break. McIntyre comes back, clotheslines, overhead suplexes and neck breaker, but Hardy hits DDT and a leg drop. McIntyre follows up with a future shock DDT for near fall. McIntyre hits a vertical suplex outside the ring. Hardy comes back with a 2 count of his own. McIntyre follows up with a superplex for a near fall. Wire superplexes near fall. Hardy ducks Claymore kick attempt, hits Twist Fate. Hardy hits Swanton Bomb. McIntyre got the knees up just in time. Nails Claymore kick for the pinfall win. McIntyre's at least being made to look strong in this thing. McIntyre defeats Randy Orton via countout at just over a minute. Orton enters. McIntyre sends Orton into the barricade. Magic show begins, and Alexa Bliss face appears on every single screen. She giggles. Orton looks around. Suddenly, he's been counted out, and Orton tries to get back in. McIntyre hits Claymore kick on him. Sheamus defeats Drew McIntyre in a non-title opportunity to win the gauntlet match just after 4.5 minutes. Sheamus attacks McIntyre from behind. Sheamus lays him out. Ref checks on him. Ref asks if he wants to start the match. He said yes. Ref starts the match. Sheamus takes control. McIntyre comes back in, hits a headbutt and a future shock DDT. McIntyre drives Sheamus into the post on the outside. Follows up several times with some suplexes and spinebuster when they get back in the ring. McIntyre misses a Claymore kick. Sheamus follows up with a brogue kick and a pinfall. Sheamus will enter the chamber last. Sheamus says McIntyre can't beat him and he'll become the WWE champion. Gosh, I hope not. I mean, I realize these guys are friends and you put over your friends because that's what you do. But 3 hours of a show reviewed in less than 20 minutes tells you how big a pile of monkey do this program truly is. We'll be back with more right after this.